Have you ever wondered if there's a way to know how many healthy years you have ahead of you? Not just guessing based on how you feel today, but actual signs your body is giving you, signals that can quietly predict how long you might live after 70. Scientists have been studying this question for decades, and what they found is astonishing. It turns out that certain factors, some you might not even think about, are powerful indicators of longevity. And here's the important part. These aren't just numbers on a medical chart. They're things you can recognize in your daily life, how you move, how you sleep, how connected you feel to others. The best part? Once you understand these 7 signs, you can take simple steps to improve them, adding not just years to your life, but more life to your years. In today's video, we're going to break down these 7 key longevity signs that doctors and researchers say can help predict exactly how long you might live after 70. More importantly, we're going to talk about what you can do to make sure these signs are working in your favor. Some of these might seem obvious, but others will surprise you, especially number 3 and number 1. These aren't things most people think about when they consider their health. Yet studies show they can make a huge difference in how long and how well you live. So make sure you watch until the end, because missing just one of these signs could mean missing out on years of better health. And before we get started, take a moment to subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell. We bring you the most important insights on aging, longevity, and overall well-being, because staying informed is one of the best things you can do for your health. And while you're here, let us know in the comments, have you noticed any changes in your health that make you wonder about the future? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, let's get started. Most people don't think twice about their grip strength until they struggle to open a jar or carry groceries. But here's what many don't realize. Your grip is more than just a measure of hand strength. It's a reflection of your overall muscle health, and according to scientists, it's one of the strongest predictors of how long you live. In a groundbreaking study published in The Lancet, researchers followed hundreds of older adults and found a clear connection between weak grip strength and a higher risk of serious health issues, including heart disease, stroke, and even early death. In fact, grip strength was found to be a better predictor of longevity than blood pressure. Why? Because it reflects more than just the muscles in your hands. It tells us about your whole body's muscle function, mobility, and resilience, all key factors in aging well. Think about it. As we get older, we naturally lose muscle mass, a condition known as sarcophagi. When that happens, simple tasks become harder, carrying groceries, lifting a pot off the stove, even steadying yourself when you stand up. These things rely on grip strength more than we realize, and when grip fades, it often signals a decline in overall strength, making falls and injuries more likely. But here's the good news. Grip strength isn't set in stone. If yours isn't where you want it to be, there are simple ways to improve it, and it's never too late to start. The first step is a quick test you can do right now. Hold out your hand and make a fist. How firm does it feel? Now imagine squeezing a rubber ball or a resistance band. If you feel weakness or fatigue quickly, it's a sign your grip strength could use some work. An even better way to measure it is with a hand dynamometer, a small device that measures grip force. But if you don't have one, don't worry. Just pay attention to daily tasks. Do you find it harder to twist open a jar than you used to? Do your hands feel tired after holding a shopping bag? If so, your grip may need strengthening. Fortunately, improving grip strength doesn't require heavy workouts. Simple exercises done consistently can make a huge difference. Try squeezing a tennis ball for 5 to 10 seconds at a time, then releasing. Repeat this a few times on each hand daily. If you have resistance bands, loop one around your fingers and stretch it outward to build strength. Even wrist curls with a light weight, Something as small as a water bottle can help improve grip. Beyond exercise, your diet plays a big role. Protein is essential for maintaining muscle mass, so make sure you're eating enough lean meats, fish, eggs, beans, or dairy. Vitamin D and calcium are also critical for bone and muscle health, so consider foods like leafy greens, fortified dairy, and healthy sources of fat like nuts and seeds. A strong grip means more than just being able to open a jar with ease. It means greater independence, fewer falls, and a stronger, healthier body overall. The stronger your grip, the more you can do, and the longer you can stay active and independent. Most people don't think about how fast they walk. It's just something they do. But after 70, your walking speed isn't just about getting from one place to another. It's a sign of how well your body is working as a whole. Scientists have discovered that the pace at which you walk can predict your overall health and even your lifespan. According to research from the University of Pittsburgh, seniors who walk slower than 2.5 feet per second have a significantly higher chance of developing serious health issues. That's because walking speed isn't just about leg strength. It's tied to heart health, lung capacity, nervous system function, and even brain processing speed. When walking slows down, it often signals that one or more of these systems aren't working as efficiently as they should. Think about it this way. Walking requires coordination between your muscles, joints, heart, and brain. If any of these areas are struggling, your walking pace naturally decreases. In fact, doctors now use walking speed as a quick and effective way to assess overall health in older adults. The faster and more confidently you walk, the better your chances of living a longer, healthier life. A simple way to check your walking speed is by taking a quick test. Find a space where you can walk 10 feet comfortably, walk at your usual pace, and time yourself. If it takes you longer than 4 seconds to cover that distance, your walking speed may be lower than ideal. But here's the good news. Walking speed is something you can improve. One of the easiest and most effective ways is to make walking a daily habit. Aim for at least 20 minutes a day at a comfortable but steady pace. If you're able, try to increase your speed slightly over time. Even small improvements can have a big impact on overall mobility. Using a pedometer or a smartphone app can also be a great motivator. Tracking your steps helps you stay aware of how much you're moving each day and encourages you to set small, achievable goals. If walking long distances isn't possible, focus on quality over quantity. Short, brisk walks are more beneficial than slow, unsteady ones. Beyond just speed, pay attention to how you walk. Good posture, steady strides, and a confident pace are all signs of strong mobility. If you notice shuffling, hesitation, or instability, these could be signs that it's time to focus on strength and balance exercises. A steady walking pace means more than just getting around easily. It's a sign of independence, vitality, and long-term health. If you're still watching, that means you're finding this helpful. If so, please take a moment to like this video. It helps more people discover this important information. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss out. Also, don't forget to share this with others who might benefit from it. Most people know that getting enough sleep is important, but what many don't realize is that it's not just about the number of hours, it's about the quality of those hours. The way you sleep after 70 has a direct impact on how long and how well you live. Research from Harvard has found that seniors who consistently get between 6 and 8 hours of uninterrupted sleep not only live longer, but also have a lower risk of cognitive decline. That's because sleep isn't just about rest. It's when the body repairs itself, the brain processes memories, and the immune system strengthens. Poor sleep has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, diabetes, and even dementia. Think about the difference between waking up refreshed and waking up groggy. If you're tossing and turning all night, waking up multiple times, or feeling exhausted even after a full night's sleep, it could be a sign that your sleep quality needs improvement. Fragmented sleep, where you wake up often or don't reach deep sleep stages, can be just as harmful as getting too little sleep. One of the most effective ways to improve sleep is by creating a consistent bedtime routine. Our bodies thrive on routine, and going to bed at the same time each night helps regulate the internal clock. One of the worst habits that interfere with sleep is screen time before bed. The blue light from phones, tablets, and TVs tricks the brain into thinking it's still daytime, making it harder to fall asleep. Try turning off screens at least an hour before bedtime and replacing them with a calming activity, reading a book, stretching, or listening to soft music. Another common sleep disruptor is caffeine and alcohol. Many people don't realize that caffeine can stay in the system for hours, making it harder to fall asleep even if it was consumed in the afternoon. And while alcohol might make you feel drowsy, it actually disrupts deep sleep, causing more nighttime awakenings. If sleep has been an issue, try cutting back on caffeine afternoon and avoiding alcohol in the evening. Relaxation techniques can also make a huge difference. Deep breathing exercises, gentle stretching, or even guided meditation can help signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Some seniors find that soft background noise like nature sounds or white noise creates a more restful environment. Tracking your sleep can also be helpful. If you suspect your sleep quality isn't where it should be, consider using a simple sleep tracker. Many smartphones and smartwatches have built-in apps that monitor sleep patterns. These can provide insight into how much deep sleep you're actually getting each night. When you consistently get high-quality sleep, everything improves. Your energy, your memory, even your immune system. Most people have heard of BMI, body mass index, as a way to measure health. But what if there was a better, more accurate predictor? One that could reveal hidden risks, even in people who don't appear overweight. That's exactly what doctors are now saying about waist-to-head ratio. Excess belly fat is one of the biggest hidden dangers for seniors. It's not just about appearance. It's about what's happening inside the body. Studies have shown that carrying too much weight around the waist increases the risk of serious conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and even dementia. Unlike fat stored in other parts of the body, belly fat, also known as visceral fat, is especially harmful because it surrounds vital organs and releases inflammatory substances that can accelerate aging. So how do you know if your waist size is putting your health at risk? The answer lies in a simple calculation. Doctors now say that instead of focusing on BMI, which doesn't account for muscle mass or fat distribution, you should measure your waist-to-hip ratio. Ideally, your waist circumference should be less than half your height. For example, if you're 5'6", 66 inches, your waist should be under 33 inches to stay in the healthy range. To check yours, grab a measuring tape and measure around your waist just above your belly button. Then compare that number to your height. If your waist is more than half your height, it could be a sign that it's time to focus on reducing visceral fat. The good news is that belly fat is some of the easiest fat to lose when you take the right approach. One of the most effective changes you can make is adjusting your diet. Focus on fiber-rich GS foods like vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. These help regulate blood sugar and keep you feeling full, reducing cravings for processed sugars that contribute to belly fat. On the other hand, cutting back on sugary drinks, refined carbs, and processed foods can make a significant difference in just a few weeks. Exercise is also key, but it doesn't have to be high impact or strenuous. Low impact activities like swimming, cycling, or brisk walking are excellent ways to burn excess fat while protecting your joints. Strength training, even with light weights, can also help maintain muscle mass, which naturally declines with age and makes it harder to manage. Keeping your waist-to-height ratio in a healthy range is one of the best things you can do for long-term health. It's not about being skinny. It's about protecting your heart, your brain, and your independence for years to come. Most people focus on diet and exercise when thinking about longevity, but there's another factor that plays just as big a role, one that has nothing to do with food or fitness. It's social connection. Loneliness isn't just an emotional state, it's a serious health risk. Researchers have found that feeling isolated can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. That's because social interaction isn't just about companionship. It directly affects both mental and physical health. When seniors have strong social ties, they experience lower stress levels, better heart health, and even a stronger immune system. In contrast, chronic loneliness has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, dementia, and premature death. One of the most compelling studies on this comes from Harvard. The Harvard study of adult development followed people for over 80 years to determine what factors contribute most to a long, healthy life. The results? It wasn't wealth, intelligence, or even genetics. The biggest predictor of how well someone lived into their 80s and 90s was the quality of their relationships. At age 70, seniors who had close, supportive connections, not necessarily a large social circle, but meaningful relationships, were healthier, happier, and more resilient as they aged. Think about your own social life. Do you have people you can talk to, spend time with, and rely on? If not, you're not alone. Many seniors struggle with social isolation, especially after retirement, losing a spouse, or moving to a new area. But the good news is that it's never too late to build new connections. One of the easiest ways to stay socially engaged is by joining a senior club or attending community events. Whether it's a book club, a walking group, or a local meetup, having a regular social activity gives you something to look forward to and keeps you engaged with others. Even casual interactions, like chatting with a neighbor or attending a class, help strengthen social bonds. If mobility or distance makes in-person meetings difficult, regular phone or video calls with loved ones can be just as meaningful. Making a habit of calling family members or old friends, even just for a few minutes, can make a big difference in emotional well-being. Another great way to stay socially active is through volunteering. Helping others not only gives a sense of purpose, but also creates opportunities to meet new people and feel connected to the community. Many seniors find that volunteering at a local charity, library, or hospital provides both companionship and fulfillment. Staying socially connected isn't just about avoiding loneliness. It's about living longer, healthier, and with more joy. Many people assume that cognitive decline is just a natural part of aging. But what if that wasn't true? What if keeping your brain sharp was as simple as giving it the right kind of exercise, just like you do for your body? The truth is, your brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it stays. Studies have shown that seniors who engage in daily mental activities can reduce their risk of dementia by up to 30%. That's because keeping the brain active helps maintain neural connections, improves memory, and even supports emotional well-being. Think of it this way: if you stop using a muscle, it weakens over time. The same thing happens with the brain. But when you challenge it with new information, puzzles, and social interactions, you're reinforcing pathways that keep it functioning at its best. One of the simplest ways to keep your mind sharp is by incorporating brain exercises into your daily routine. Crossword puzzles, Sudoku, or even memory games are excellent ways to challenge your brain. These activities force your mind to think critically, recall information, and make connections, just like a workout for your brain. Another powerful way to strengthen cognitive function is by learning something new, picking up a new skill, whether it's playing a musical instrument, learning a new language, or even trying a new hobby like painting, forces the brain to create fresh neural pathways. This type of mental engagement has been linked to a significantly lower risk of cognitive decline. The best part, it's never too late to start. Staying socially active also plays a huge role in brain health. Engaging in conversations, whether in person or over the phone, stimulates mental processing and keeps the mind engaged. In fact, research has shown that people who have regular social interactions experience slower rates of cognitive decline compared to those who isolate themselves. This is because conversations require active listening, quick thinking, and emotional engagement, all of which keep the brain working efficiently. If you want to test your cognitive sharpness, try this. Recall what you had for breakfast yesterday, last week, or even a month ago. Small memory challenges like this help strengthen recall and keep your brain engaged. Keeping your mind sharp isn't just about preventing decline, it's about maintaining independence, confidence, and a high quality of life as you age. What if the secret to living longer wasn't just about diet, exercise, or even genetics, but about having a reason to wake up every morning? One of the strongest predictors of longevity isn't found in a lab test or a fitness routine. It's something deeper, a sense of purpose. Studies show that seniors who have a clear reason for living, not just existing, tend to live longer, healthier, and happier lives. A remarkable study in Japan examined centenarians, those who lived to 100 and beyond, and found they all had something in common: a strong sense of okigai, which translates to reason for being. Whether it was caring for family, perfecting a craft, or contributing to the community, these individuals had something that gave them meaning, and it played a direct role in their longevity. Why does purpose have such a powerful impact on health? It turns out that having goals and staying engaged in meaningful activities lowers stress, improves heart health, and even reduces the risk of diseases like Alzheimer's. When the mind is actively engaged in something fulfilling, the body follows suit, staying more active, maintaining better health, and even recovering faster from illness. Think about what brings joy and meaning to your life. Maybe it's a lifelong hobby like gardening, writing, or painting. Maybe it's mentoring younger generations or staying involved in your community, setting small personal goals, even something as simple as reading a new book each month or tending to a garden gives the brain and body something to focus on, creating a sense of motivation and fulfillment. Another way to cultivate purpose is to engage in activities that bring genuine joy. It doesn't have to be complicated. Spending time with loved ones, exploring new places, or even picking up an old passion that was once set aside can reignite that spark. When you have something to look forward to, it adds more life to your years, not just years to your life. For many seniors, one of the most rewarding ways to find purpose is through volunteering. Helping others creates a deep sense of fulfillment, strengthens social connections, and even improves mental and physical health. Whether it's reading to children, assisting at a local charity, or offering guidance to someone in need, giving back has been shown to significantly enhance well-being. These signs aren't just numbers or statistics. They're real, actionable indicators that you can monitor and improve. It's never too late to make small changes that lead to a longer, more fulfilling life. Every step, every habit, and every choice matters. If you found this video helpful, let us know in the comments. Which of these signs stood out to you the most? Are there any you are already working on? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences. And before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our essential health updates. Let's live longer and stronger together. See you in the next video.